Behold the atheist's nightmare. Now, if you study a well-made banana, you'll find on
The atheist's nightmare. Stampede 122. Kind of random here, but Ray Comfort is known as the Banana Man because at one point Ray tried to use the banana of all things to disprove evolution. That's a good point. And I have to say, that's, there are worse things to use a banana for. There are some other things that say, this is deep lore, the amazing atheist used a banana for that may not have been as credible or whatever. You won't get that unless you were on YouTube 6 years ago. Shot across the bow to the amazing atheist, T.J. Kirk. So yeah, so this is Ray Comfort, and on the left, Kirk Cameron on the right, and they're trying to disprove evolution. Just, you know what? I won't interrupt. Just listen to what they say about it. It gets weird.
Hold this, Kirk.
Jesus Christ, where did that banana come from? That just came out of nowhere. Where was he keeping this banana just now? Let's just watch that again. Watch his hand closely here.
Hold this, Kirk.
That thing came out of nowhere. What's the saying? If it was a snake, I'd be dead by now.
Hold this, Kirk. Behold the atheist's nightmare. Now, if you study a well-made banana, you'll find on
The atheist's nightmare.
the far side there are 3 ridges. On the close side, 2 ridges. If you get your hand ready to grip a banana, you'll find on the far side there are 3 grooves, on the close side 2 grooves. The banana and the hand are perfectly made one for the other.
Not for nothing, but I think that there are other objects shaped very similarly to a banana that also fit perfectly in the hand, which you also complain about people grabbing onto and playing with. So it seems to me that the banana being shaped like something that can be held in a hand is not a good explanation for why it exists in that form. It's not a good reason to think that God created it that way or whatever.
You'll find the maker of the banana, Almighty God, has made it with a non-slip surface. It has outward indicators of inward contents: green, too early; yellow, just right; black, too late. Now, if you go to the top of the banana, you'll find, as with the soda can makers, they placed a tab at the top. So God has placed a tab at the top. When you pull the tab, the contents don't squirt in your face.
Oh, so many jokes to be had here. So many jokes.
You'll find the wrapper, which is biodegradable, has perforations. Notice...
Dude, listen real closely. When I replay this, like when I edit this, I'm going to amplify the sound. You can hear, this is a beautiful sound, dude. Listen to the banana being peeled. You can actually hear it. It's just, God, bananas are so good, right?
Don't squirt in your face. You'll find the wrapper, which is biodegradable.
You hear that? That little kind of zipper sound? Oh, beautiful. Love bananas.
Biodegradable has perforations. Notice how gracefully it sits over the human hand. Notice it has a point at the top for ease of entry. It's just the right shape for the human mouth.
Yeah, so anyways, Ray Comfort, yeah, that's the Banana Man. But thank you for taking me down memory lane. This is a really funny video. I love this video to death. It's really good. Anyways, it's completely absurd for, if no other reason than because the banana is actually man-made. The original actual banana you find in the wilds that God would have created or whatever is nearly inedible. It's like a potato shape. It's impossible to open, full of seeds, disgusting. We selected for this. We used evolution to turn the banana into what he's eating right now. So it's complete nonsense. Dude had no idea what he was talking about. This is from NPR. Utah's new social media law means children will need approval from parents. Utah became the first state to enact laws limiting how children can use social media after Republican Governor Spencer Cox signed a pair of measures Thursday that require parental consent before kids can sign up for sites like TikTok and Instagram. Wow, that's... I mean, are we talking kids under 18? Under 13? Yeah, maybe. I guess I could get on board with that feasibly, but under 18? That's ridiculous. The two bills Cox signed into law has also prohibited kids under 18 from using social media between the hours of 10:30 and 6:30. That's absurd. Absolutely no reason for that. That is authoritarian as it gets, in my opinion. Require age verification for anyone who wants to use social media in the state. That's also really questionable. And seek to prevent tech companies from luring kids to their apps using addictive features. That one I'm in favor of. I like that one. But everything else there, what the hell? What is happening? It's like we live in a fascist state practically. What is going on? The laws passed through Utah's Republican supermajority. Of course it's a Republican supermajority. I mean, would you ever expect, like, anybody to the left of taking out the homeless for sport to stand for something like this? It's nuts. So Republican supermajority legislature are the latest reflection of how politicians' perceptions of tech companies are changing, and that includes pro-business Republicans. Absolutely nuts, dude. Yeah, not a fan of that. I think that's backwards. I don't know who thought that was a good idea, but, you know, that's Republicans for you. They pretend to be the crowd of freedom. They're not. Never were. They were never in favor of freedom. They were always in favor of controlling your life in any way humanly possible. They just scream freedom when they don't like the way that, when they don't like the regulations that Democrats try to push through. You want to guarantee a pharma company isn't allowed to dump toxic waste in rivers that you drink from? Freedom! They have the freedom to do anything they want. You're taking away their freedom. Freedoms! Don't fall for it, sheeple. But when you want to use social media, when you want to use social media and don't want to submit an ID and be limited to using it only between these hours or whatever else, oh, then they drop the whole freedom facade. Suddenly they don't care. They never did, honestly. It was never about freedom. It was about control. What do you think about the Anna Kapparian drama? That's a really good question. I actually just heard about it tangentially. I haven't even looked at the tweet. I heard she sent a tweet that was questionable, right? Okay, apparently this is the tweet right here. I'm a woman. Please don't ever refer to me as a please don't ever refer to me as a person with a uterus, birthing person, or person who menstruates. How do people not realize how degrading this is? You can support the trans community without doing this. Interesting. Yeah, I haven't really thought about it. I don't really have... I mean, I in what contexts are people doing that? I guess the context would be relevant and important here. Like, when are people saying a birthing person? I guess I have to imagine it would be in, like, clinical situations where it's necessary to know if the person is actually capable of bearing children or not. I don't know. Like, the thing about Anna is she and Cenk are very reactionary and have really questionable tactics when it comes to how they handle certain subjects or how they talk about people on the air. They attack them and insult them, call them idiots, and so on and so forth. They're very angry, and I'm angry too, but I never insult people, or I try desperately not to insult. Or if I do insult people, it's just me and, like, a small group of people. I never upload an edited video where I insult people. You won't hear insults on edited videos, at least not anymore. I feel like Anna Kapparian's tactics are just completely different from mine, and this is one example of one of her tactics being, or one of her, like, ideological positions being kind of weird, questionable, and backwards. I don't know why she cares that much. Like, I wish I knew what situation she was in where somebody said that and it upset her so much. I don't know. I can't really speak to it unless I knew more about the situation, I guess. All right, let's just take a look at some of the other, like, tweets, the responses here. I've avoided TYT main show, but watched the other TYT shows with no problem as of late. If Anna keeps this up, time for her to retire. No offense, those who defend her still. Yeah, I don't know about this specific thing. I would have to think about it. But Anna and Cenk are both not good in general. Lots of built-up goodwill that has been rapidly burned through recently. I see where Anna's coming from. She's referring to reducing someone to only their ability to have children and menstruate. I get her point of view, but at the same time, I'm not bothered by the terms birthing person or person who menstruates. I don't think it's a big deal. Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal either, as long as you're using it in, like, a context that calls for it. If you're just calling people birthing person just for the hell of it, randomly, like you're refusing to use the word woman just because you don't want to, then you're just kind of a shitbag, and that's what it is. But if you notice, I'm not insulting somebody specifically with that. I'm just kind of saying this behavior is shitbaggy. But if you are using it in a clinical sense, I don't see the problem. I don't know. Like I said, I have to think about it a little bit more. Subscriber service had a lot of issues, so I stopped watching the show despite paying monthly. That time getting other news commentary was good for me because I ended up canceling my payment when the pro-policing stuff happened. It's unwatchable. Yeah, TYT is unwatchable. I'm sorry. It's just, they're reactionary. Reactionary, populist, they're not good, in my opinion. Granted, I'm just as willing to respect that she wants to be called whatever she wants to be called, but nobody is directly referring to her as a person who births or whatever. Yeah, this is a pretty good point from this person. So, anyway. Tell me what you think about it in the comments. I thought it was kind of weird. Bonus, I think Steven Anderson just started a war with Greg Locke. I saw that. I'll be interested to see where that goes. I have not talked about it yet. I'll probably end up talking about it next week. But yeah, it definitely looks interesting for sure.
But there's a false teaching out there that I want to talk about tonight, this so-called deliverance ministry of the Pentecostals or charismatics, or what I like to call the charismaniacs. But these charismatics that are into this deliverance.
Wow, he really knows how to pick a name, doesn't he? He's so good at picking really creative insults against people.
That are into this deliverance doctrine, and this is a big thing right now. In fact, there's some movie coming out, or it came out a few weeks ago or something, by this false teacher, Greg Locke. That's
war between evangelical cult leaders. This is going to get interesting, right?
All about casting out demons and so forth. Now, who is Greg Locke? Well, Greg Locke is a guy who used to be an independent, fundamental Baptist, King James kind of a guy.
And of course, Steven Anderson is NIFB, New Independent Fundamentalist Baptist. So he's a cult in his own right. He's kind of an offshoot of the IFB, but he seems to think that Greg Locke has it theologically wrong, which I agree. I think Greg Locke has it theologically wrong also. I think one of the biggest theological complaints with Greg Locke is that Greg believes that Christians can be possessed by demons. The Bible never even implies that. It says that others can be possessed by demons, but not Christians. The outside world can be. It's just weird.
And Pastor Jimenez and myself, we both heard this guy preach when we were younger, and we both just thought he was really lame and boring. So he kind of just washed up in the independent fundamental Baptist movement. So then he decided...
Yeah, this is very obviously just an insult. He's not lame and boring. Greg Locke is pretty entertaining as far as preachers go. And he's good at constructing a talk. He's good at building out a sermon. Skilled. He's a skilled orator. From an objective standpoint, in my opinion, he's a skilled orator.
To become liberal.
So this is just him attacking him for no reason.
So then he decided to become liberal. Then he ended up cheating on his wife with the secretary.
I don't know about cheating, but he definitely slept with the secretary.
Divorcing his wife and marrying the woman that he committed
That's true.
adultery with. Isn't that wonderful? And then he became very popular.
Like, I'm not sure what the chain of events were. That may have been right, but I don't remember if Greg divorced first and then married her or what. But yeah, he got with the secretary.
By just going on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, etc., and just saying everything Republican. Well, he's found a new shtick. Instead of just repeating political talking points, now...
That's absolutely true what he's saying here. Greg Locke basically just repeats the same stuff that the Republican Party says. That's it. That's it. That's how he got popular, by just saying what the Republican Party says. Oh, and his sick raps, too.
Points. Now, his big thing is all about casting out demons. But according to this so-called deliverance doctrine, basically anybody who has any addiction in their life or any problem,
including high blood pressure. You have high blood pressure, it's a demon. Really?
Or any sin, that's a demon. It's like demon, 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 demon.
100% correct on this.
There's nothing in the Bible about the demon of gambling, the demon of marijuana, the demon of alcohol, the demon of smoking. This is all just made up nonsense.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Steven Anderson is absolutely correct on this point. Now, he's the last person that I would ever agree with on almost anything, but when he's right, and I gotta recognize.
Hey, Owen, Mara from Baltimore again. Love what you do. Quick question. I'm putting together a professional development session. If you recall, I'm a teacher. And I need that clip that you showed about Flashpoint when Gene Bailey was talking about Kim Petras and Sam Smith, and he was constantly misgendering Kim. I really need that clip. Can you post it again or throw this in a video? I need it. I need it. Thank you so much. Love what you do. Bye.
Yeah, I appreciate the phone call. Quick reminder, some people may not have even known about this, but all my clips are available online. Just got to go to my website, owenmorgan.com. That's my website. Just head on over there. I've probably got to increase my my processing power, maybe set up an independent system. I'm not hosting it. It's like a VPS. Anyways, go to my website, owenmorgan.com. Click on Clips Library, or just go to owenmorgan.com/clips. Either one does the trick. And this is every clip that I have ever talked about since 2021, August 2021. You just have to, unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be a search function on Dropbox, sadly. There may be some way to get around that problem, but just go to the week that I talked about this thing. I believe it was this one, 2023, February 19th. And the clip's right here, ready for download. Let's see, which one was it? You were talking about Sam Petras, Sam, and then the other person's last name was Petras. I don't remember what the first name was. Kim Petras, something or other. Oh, this one's fun.
Still, any attempt to restrict drinking and driving here is viewed by some as downright undemocratic.
It's kind of getting common is when a fella can't put in a hard day's work, put in 11, 12 hours a day, and then get in your truck and at least drink 1 or 2 beers.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to. You have to wear a seatbelt when you're driving. And pretty soon we're going to be communist country.
Oh, my God. Okay, we're not here to talk about that clip. We're not here to talk about it. I'm looking for the one that you wanted. The title is Flashpoint Crew Talks About Sam Smith Performing Unholy at the Grammys. And it's actually from 02. It's in the folder 0219, but the opener is 0207 Flashpoint. Here you go, right here. This is the clip. Boom.
Sunday night, I did not watch the Grammys. I don't know the last time I've watched the Grammys, of course.
Yeah, that's the one you're looking for, I believe. owenmorgan.com/clips, or just click the clips button in the corner, and it'll take you to my Dropbox. So there you go. That's how you do it. Completely free, not selling you anything. You just have to go there and check it out. That's it. Anyway, thank you for the voicemail. I appreciate that.